Hello summoners, welcome back to another damage comparison video. This should be a very fun one. It's going to be between Medusa and the newly buffed Angela. Now both these characters, they have a few similarities. First of all, they are both female cosmic characters with easy access to fury. They also have armor breaks, but I should mention that Medusa, her armor breaks are much longer and much stronger. So if you are looking for a character with easy access to armor break, she is definitely the way to go. Now both these characters, they also have utility, and it's really powerful utility, but it's very different. So do let me know, who do you think is the better character of the two? Like, if you had them both, who would you rank up? I'd say it is very situational. For people who do not have Magneto, like Medusa can be extremely useful for shutting down those annoying robots, and there are a lot of robots in the path of becoming Cavalier, like the Act 5 final Ultron boss. Then in Act 6 you have Ultron, you have Sentinels and stuff. So she's very useful for like intermediate player who is just growing and finishing all the content, because there are a lot of areas in the game where you will come across some tough fights which happen to be robots. And then she can also counter Nose, like both of them can counter Nose, like buffed up and stuff. And now Angela, on the other hand, I'd say her awaken ability is very powerful. It's one of the most powerful awaken abilities in the game, based on the number of buffs she has. And she, like, look at the screen right now, she always has a ton of buffs. She can be completely immune to debuffs, and I've seen some people use her against Icarus nodes, and that was just crazy. Like, she was not getting regeneration at all, and she was keep getting furies, hitting like 50,000 mediums or something crazy. So like, she is useful for a lot of scenarios, and also like based on number of buffs, she can counter auto block characters. So there is definitely a lot of stuff that both these characters are capable of doing. So now let me talk about the playstyle here. And first of all, I am running Suicide Masteries, and you can see, like, Angela, she is at a full yellow bar. Even though she's not immune to bleed, she's not immune to poison, but just because she has such solid regeneration, she's probably the most suicide friendly character in the game who is not immune to either of the debuffs or recoil. So that is kind of crazy, and something that I really wanted to point out, that we are throwing it's not like we are just holding a power or just going for SP3s. We are using a lot of SP1s. We are even using some SP2s here and there. And yeah, like, recoil not really a problem, even though poison in this game, how it works is that it does reduce the regeneration ability by a bit. Now Medusa, this is a pretty decent way of playing her in longer fights. Usually in shorter medium level fights, you want to go for SP1 to get the armor shatter up, and then like a SP2 with all the furies, and that usually finishes off most fights. But here in Labyrinth, if I was doing that, like, recoil would just straight up kill me, because she doesn't have any kind of regeneration here. But there is, like, even damage output wise, that would probably be slower, because the best way to get the most out of her, and this is something that I'd say some people might not know, because you don't really see that much Medusa gameplay these days. She is still very effective, and before the Magneto buff, I was using her in every single alliance war, because I used to take Path 5, and the first fight in section 1 in Path 5 was always, like, 100% of the time, it was always Darkhawk. So she was a great counter there. And but like, after the Magneto buff, I don't really see any situation where you would want to use Medusa over him against robots, especially because, like, even against buffed up Nose, Magneto can handle that, because he just gets so many prowesses and stuff. But as you can see, like, she is taking the lead, and the main reason for that is not the basic attacks. As you can see, like, Angela and Medusa basic attack wise, they are mostly similar. Medusa, she, like, with the Black Bolt synergy, can get up to 6 buffs, 6 furies, and at 6 furies, I'd say she hits a little bit harder than Angela. But because Angela has furies up almost throughout the fight, you can have 3 furies up almost throughout the fight if you use your special ones. But it makes sense to go for 2 bars of power as well, because that gives you, like, you just create so much after that because of the precision, that it kind of makes sense to, like, mix them up a little bit, have some furies, have some precisions, and just keep regenerating. Like the regeneration is so powerful. But as I was talking about Medusa there, I knew I was not going to make it. So how do you keep up? Like at the moment we had a lot of bleeds there, and the way you can stack them is like individually those bleeds are very weak compared to some good bleeders in the game, like let's say Blade or McFury. But the thing that makes these bleeds very strong is that you can stack a bunch of them and they are permanent bleeds as long as you can keep the opponent under armor shadow. Now, this is a little bit stressful to play, especially in stuff like Labyrinth, where the opponent can become very defensive, the AI and stuff, and they just not throwing the special attacks, they're not cooperating. You have to bait the special attacks, so that could be annoying and very frustrating at times, and you can lose the bleeds like I did right here. But like as long as you can get to SP3 before the armor shadow expires, you're going to keep the bleeds, which is like overall when you have 30-40 bleeds sticking, you're just dealing a crazy amount of damage. Brian did a video on that years ago when Medusa came out initially, and in longer fights I would say that is definitely the way to play her. Also it's nice because you don't have to take the recoil damage. Now here you are going to see that Medusa has definitely taken the lead. She will be winning this damage comparison, but that doesn't automatically make her the better character. I'd say both of them have the uses depending on where you are in the game. What stuff are you looking to counter? You can rank up either of them. And Angela's buff is just so solid, so do let me know if you want to see more damage comparison videos, and what damage comparison videos do you want to see. I do see a very frequent request of Ghost versus Cosmic Ghost Rider. I am working on it. I don't have a Cosmic Ghost Rider. I've asked Slayer, of course, for some gameplay, and hopefully I will upload that video sometime next week. But if you are interested to see more damage comparisons and you like this one, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button. We recently crossed 4,000 subscribers, and I have talked about this before, but thank you to all of you. We are growing at a very incredible rate, and I'm definitely very grateful for that. But as you can see, like Angela, she will be finishing the fight relatively soon. I was also using the White Magneto pre-fight with both these characters, and to be honest, like if I didn't use Black Bolt with Medusa, she probably, I'm not sure, but it definitely would have been more close, because the Black Bolt synergy, it makes a huge difference. Because basically you're just getting double Fury 6 instead of 3. But that is going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Like this video. Let's aim to hit 125 likes, and stay safe. Bye bye. Have a good one.